All right, continuing on with segment 2. Now we are going to find out more about the Splugorth. I wish we would have had the old Rifts cover on here so you could have seen a picture of that Splugorth. Might be in this book, I don't know. But before we do that, we got to tell you about hashtag RPGate. You can read it on the screen there. I'll leave it up there. I'll leave it up there long enough for you to read. It's your core values, not just good ideas. If you're in mind to do so, please click on that little QR code or check the link in the description below for the charity we support and help a wounded soldier out. It's nonpartisan. That's an important thing, apparently. And of course, we stream on Thursdays and Saturdays video games. Well, Heathen Dog streams Thursday and Saturday video games with this team of dirty casuals playing Dungeons & Dragons Online and MechWarrior 5. And on Sundays and Fridays, we talk tabletop role-playing games. Sunday is our deep dives and our overviews, like what you're about to get. And Friday is our opinion and commentary. I didn't sidetrack him last episode. I got to do a better job of that. And subscribe for Jimmy. If you know what that means, you didn't watch that video.
Oh, Jimmy's gonna take all your gold. Okay, now we spoke about Atlantis, the history, and the current climate on the continent island of Atlantis, and now we're going to talk about the owner of Atlantis, the undisputed ruler of the entire continent, Splugorth, the Splugorth. This is going to be nightmare fuel. Just to let you know.
When I'm talking the original cover, I'm talking the original Rifts cover, with the slaver on it and the slave girls. That's what I was talking about.
Oh my God, that's the wrong way. There you go. I understand. Don't worry. We're going to see slave girls. I got a picture. All right. All Splugorth are good to excellent strategists and tacticians with eons of experience. Remember, they are related to prime supernatural intelligences, so they live a minimum of 25 to 35,000 years. So they have, they have knowledge. They're also skilled manipulators of others and have conquered many worlds by arranging it so others did their dirty work. Splugorth is especially good at negotiation, creating hype/excitement, and selling things from ideas to products. It was he whom the Sunaj leader first contacted, and it was he who sold the idea of an alliance to the other Splugorth. Now, the Sunaj is the Atlanteans' problem. Sunaj assassins hunt Atlanteans for fun and profit. So the Atlantean race is dying. I'm not going to get into why. I'm not going to get into who the Sunaj really are.
Spoilers?
By the book. By the book. Splugorth anticipates the Sunaj eventually betray them and look. Yeah, of course, everyone betrays the Hutts, right? I mean, the Hutts use you, you use them, and if you're in business with them long enough, somebody gets stabbed in the back. That's how it works. And let's look at him. IQ of 30. MA of 28, ME of 32, PS of 50, PP, this is all supernatural, by the way, PP of 26, PE 28, physical beauty 3. You'll see that in a minute. I got a picture coming up. And speed of 50. He's got a lot of limbs. He can move. Look at the main body. Read that for me.
Main body, MDC by location. I'll wait till you straighten that out. And main body. 56. I was already impressed with the PPE I saw above, and now 56,000.
56,000.
How many Wilkes laser rifles does it take?
There's not enough. There's not enough Eclipse in the world for that. And reducing the main body to 0 will temporarily hurt and impair, but not destroy him.
Oh.
To destroy him, the main body must be reduced to negative 4,000.
Well, look, if I already got you to 50 from 56,000, getting you to 60,000, that's whatever.
Oh, you think it's going to be easy? No. During this time of severe impairment, his physical attacks are reduced by 3, sonic to 2, and magic to 1. Furthermore, the creature loses all bonuses and combat saves.
See, we got him.
The thing is, though, that he has the ability to. Where is it? He has 13,000 PPE, all spells and ritual magic, all stone master powers and magic, and power to create magic, tattoos, power to create rune weapons, and bio wizardry, which I'm going to get to a little bit. But I believe they have the ability to jump dimensions. Yeah, there we go. Other abilities include teleport. Here we go. Bioregenerates 2d6 times 10 MDC per minute. Regeneration of limbs requires 72 hours. Does not need air to breathe. Dimensional teleport at 98%
Wow, 98.
probability. That means when he's about to die, whip, he's gone. That's why it's so hard to kill an alien intelligence. They just run, and that's it. They get away. They just get away. But you can prepare for that. Yes, you can prepare for that. But when the Splugorth gets 20,000 MDC down, he's not fighting to win. He's fighting to overcome your dimensional teleport countermeasures and get out. So he's got time.
Oh, right? Look, he's vulnerable to silver.
Yeah, vulnerable to silver. How vulnerable to silver is he? Do triple damage. Okay. I have a silver sword. It does 1d6. No, it does 3d6. Oh, that's going to make a difference. To a 56,000 pool. That's going to make
I have a silver boom gun. Leave me alone.
Oh, there you go. Silver boom gun. There you go. So, yeah. And we'll get down magic, PPE. We already got that. 13,000. Psionics, all sensitive healer and super psionic powers equal to a 10th level psionic. No joke. He is considered a 10th level Leyline Walker, Rune Master, Stone Master, Tattoo Master, and Shifter. Or in the Rift's Ultimate, it's just a Shifter. Because Shifter and Summoner and Witcher are all in one. Skills of note. Most human skills are too insignificant to be bothered with and are left to the lowly minions. That's why you get slaves. To do the work for you. Duh. Even weapon and science skills are not studied. Magic and subterfuge are the skills developed by the Splugorth. The intertwining of magic and technology is viewed on a different level. Remember, magic is the operative source of these aliens' powers. So technomancy, spell design, stone magic, tattoo magic, biomancy. Again, I'm going to get into that. That's their bread and butter. They have that at an equivalent to 98%. Everything else, they just don't care. They don't care.
They don't need to care.
No. How do you work this computer? Bob does it. I have a Bob. Slave Bob works the computer for me.
No.
What if Bob wasn't there? Then I'll get Joe.
Slave Jimmy.
No, Jimmy holds the lantern. We all know that. And gets paid handsomely to do it. There he is.
Oh,
there's our boy.
Hey, eyeball.
It's good.
I think Vergigorm's tougher.
Looks tough. Probably is tougher. Yeah. I mean, like I said, he's a minor alien intelligence. A proper alien intelligence has 250,000 MDC. That would give Vergigorm a time. So that's Splendcrypt. This is the actual Splugorth that runs Atlantis. Now, if you want to look at average, there you go. He's only 72,000 years old, which is young for a Splugorth. Now, what do the average Splugorth? Okay, let's see. Average Splugorth, 64 times 1,000 PPE, 1d6 times 1,000 ISP, 3d4 times 10,000 mega damage.
So he's actually pretty tough for a Splugorth.
Average would be what? 2, 4, 6, 60,000. So no, he's a little bit under average. For Splendcrypt is a little bit under average for the MDC of a Splugorth. But average lifespan 5d4 times 10,000 years. So you're looking at what? An average of 100,000 years lifespan.
Yeah.
All right. And he's only 72,000 years old, so he's middle-aged. Another eye. I think my eye. It's great. Okay, now these are the minions. Yeah, the minions of Splugorth. Now remember, Splugorth steal technology. They stole tattoo technology from either the Atlanteans or Eastern Dragons or whatever, but they stole it and they made their own tattoo men. If you have more than 6 tattoos, on your body, 6 magical tattoos on your body, you now become an MDC creature. Supernatural strength, supernatural endurance, all this stuff. They use this to make elite warriors. And before you get your 7th tattoo, you are fully indoctrinated and or brainwashed. So you are perfectly loyal. And then there's these other servitor races that are naturally MDC in high magic environments. They're also, conscripted to be in the warrior caste. But what I want to talk about is the bioman, because this from what I can tell, the bio wizardry is the only Splugorth natural technology. I could be wrong, but I think it's the only thing they actually invented themselves.
Okay.
Bio wizardry. Warning: bio wizardry can be rather disgusting and grisly. It often mutilates and mutates the body or creates a physical union with horrific or destructive creature. Sensitive players may find this strange and often okay. The Splugorth turn you into a Lovecraftian nightmare. That's what they do. But it gives you great bonuses and all that stuff, and it's awesome. It's awesome sauce stat wise. But you're never going to the prom again. I'll tell you that much. No one's going to say yes, and no one's going to ask you. Biowizardry or biotechnology is an area of mystic knowledge perfected by the Splugorth eons ago. Its secrets are jealously guarded, and its true powers are shared only with their trusted minions. Rune magic is actually an offshoot of biowizardry developed at a later time. Many believe that rune magic originated with the Splugorth. All forms of biowizardry, including rune magic, utilize the energy and or life essence of living beings or portions of higher form living beings.
So is the Splugorth that wiped out the dwarves and elves and played in fantasy?
Probably. The use of living beings and or their body components and the enslavement of the living might make some consider biowizard magic to be a form of necromancy. I can see that argument. However, biowizardry is unique as it combines living organisms with other living, quotes, creatures and or machines and magic to empower the living, not control the dead. Parasites and symbionts are attached or implanted as a means of physical, mental, or magical augmentation. Other forms of magic enabled by the user of biowizardry devices to conjure magical spells and or utilize superpowers. Okay, so here's the thing. You can use biowizardry like Sith alchemy. You can basically chimera 2 beings together to form a new, third, more powerful thing. This is the Lovecraftian nonsense where, you got tentacles out of your eyeballs now and stuff like that. It's gross, but it can happen. The other part of biowizardry is creating magical symbionts. What that does, you attach them to another creature. It enhances the creature's either mental or physical attributes to an absurd degree. And I'm going to get into that right now. Here we go. This is the magic transmutation section. This is actually merging parts of other creatures onto you to make you into a new chimeric type creature, or to give you more arms, more legs, wings, whatever. Knuckles, biowizard eyes, biowizard sensor systems.
So let me guess, he just took all the bionics, made it bio, and now we got a new.
But it's so much more, because any of these things will turn you into a mega damage creature. Oh. Now we have microbes and microparasites. These are things that usually aren't permanent and don't augment the body too much, but they give specific buffs for specific purposes. For example, aerobes. What they do is they enriches the blood with oxygen. You use this if you're in an airless environment or underwater, and it gives you the ability to breathe without having to have air. Side effects none, size microscopic. They die and are absorbed in the body within 24 hours. No harm, no foul. Aqua robes. This one is very important. This one allows you to breathe water. Not have to breathe, but turn water into air, basically. And side effects: has trouble breathing out of water, reduced speed and combat bonuses by half, but it only lasts 8 hours in your body. So for 8 hours, you can breathe water and not breathe air so well, But after
I mean,
8 hours, you're fine.
theoretically, if you need to breathe water for more than 8 hours,
Something's wrong.
then
Yeah,
why are you hanging out?
exactly. Get in there, get out. It's all fine. Now, we go to some of the other stuff that have more permanent problems. Transfortifiers. Okay. Host type. Most any animal, humans, and DBs will not work on supernatural creatures. Host environment. The entire body, skin, internal organs, nervous system, typically inhaled with a snuff-like substance or injected.
What?
Reproduction continuously reproduces itself for years.
Did you just give me a virus? What the hell?
Oh, it gets better. Average lifespan. Thrives in the human body for 20 plus 1d6 years. When they die, you die. Your
Okay,
body
it's
becomes
virus.
your body becomes completely dependent on the transfortifiers, and when it goes, so does your life. So this is a better juicer.
I was gonna say it's a biojuicer.
Yes. Now, what does it do? You're giving up all but 20 years of your life. What do you get in return? Let's find out. Transforms the body into an MDC structure. The skin becomes tougher and thicker like a hide of a rhinoceros. Start with 110 MDC and add 1d6 times 10 more for each level of experience or 10 years, whichever comes first. Impervious to heat and cold. Even magical fire or cold or plasma do no damage. Add 6 inches to height.
Yay.
Per
Because that's important compared to the rest.
per each year, per each experience, or for every 20 years. So it's going to be incremental throughout the time. Your physical strength is now considered supernatural, and it adds 2 points to it per level of experience. Bonuses: +4 save versus poison, +4 versus toxins, drugs, gases, +10% to save versus coma death, +1 versus magic, +2 save versus horror factor. Well, yeah, because you look like this. Yeah, because it reduces your physical beauty by 1 point per every level of experience or 10 years. Stop at 3. What else does it do? Well, it adds weight. The rhino skin is heavy. 100 pounds for every level of experience or 10 years. 100 pounds per level of experience. You're a thick boy. The body also gets progressively misshapen. Fingers become thick and less sensitive. The skin is covered in pale blotches. And this is where your physical beauty is reduced. Skills are minus 10% due to lack of sensitivity. All skills that require manual dexterity are at minus 10%.
It's still better than a Borg.
No, that's pilot skills. That's technical skills. That's any kind of craft skill, whatever. Picking locks, minus 10%. You get slower. Reduce speed by 2 points per level of experience. You get heavier, bulkier, taller, uglier, slower. Eventually, you cannot move. Internal organs all get hard and brittle, and that's when the microbes die, and you die along with it.
Mm-hmm. That does not sound like a fun way to go. I mean, at least a juicer death, you know what? Heart might pop, might have a stroke, whatever. Yeah, this just sounds horrible.
Yeah, it is horrible. It is horrible. But you know what? The Splugorth don't care. There's all kinds of other slaves that you can shove this stuff up their nose to replace you. There's another slave to replace you. 20 years is an eye blink to these people. They don't care. Then we have the large parasites. We got brain feeders. Guess what they do?
They feed your brain?
No.
Oh.
Lobioptos. What do? Creature stimulates latent psychic energy and powers from the brain and provides additional PPE and ISP to the host body. This is done largely for self-protection. It's making you stronger so you can protect it. First, the host has powers it may not be inclined to try and remove it. Second, with psionic powers, the host body is likely to survive longer against predators. Psionic powers: add 50 ISP and 10 PPE to the character's existing base. Psi powers are equal to a master psionic. Select 7 psionic powers from any category except super. Plus, the creature automatically bestows the power of biomanipulation. Add 1d6 plus 1 ISP for every level of experience, starting with the level that you were first acquired the parasite. If you were already a psionic, select 2 new minor powers and 2 super psionic powers, and then add the ISP and PPE bonuses. So this seems like a brain boost, right? This is awesome. Now,
Where's the other shoe?
Here it comes. Other shoe. Let's see. Side effects. Third eye deformity. Brain damage, if forcibly removed, suffers from chronic throbbing headaches and tires more easily from physical exertion, half the normal fatigue endurance rate, and requires an extra 2 hours sleep, or you're a minus 10% of all your skills. Psionic attacks against the parasite will automatically cause the host body to suffer the same damage or effects. No save. Killing it with psionics or magic requires the characters to roll in the same random damage table as if it were surgically removed. Means of elimination. Let's say you're tired of the constant headaches and the constant sleepiness.
Well, you could just sever from like here up.
Then be tired of life.
Yeah.
You could get surgery.
Oh.
There's a chance of permanent brain damage. Roll on the surgery damage table.
This is a chance. Are we talking like a 98% chance?
It's pretty big. It's something you got maybe a 10-20% chance of going away. Whew, I got it okay. The rest of it is varying levels of suck. And Mind Slug, that sounds awesome. Attaching a Mind Slug to a creature's temple makes that person receptive to further sonic influence and is charmed by the first person. It's a slave collar, basically.
Heartworms? Oh, come on. They've got drugs for dogs for that. You're fine.
No. This one's good and bad. Watch this. The host body becomes impervious to poison and sickness, seldom fatigues, and resistant to magic. Add 200 SDC or 30 MDC if you're a mega damage creature. Plus 20 speed, plus 20 speed. Plus 6 to physical strength, plus 10 to PPE base. You never tire from exertion. You heal 3 times quicker than normal for your race. You're impervious to poisons, drugs, and disease. You're resistant to gases, half damage, half duration, plus 3 versus magic, plus 10% save versus coma. Bonuses, see powers, that's it. Side effect, the parasite devours your heart in 1d4 plus 1 years. And that kills you. No kidding.
Again.
Surgery. You can do surgery. But you have to remove the whole heart.
I was planning on being a Borg anyway.
There you go. Yeah, so it's bad. It's bad. So that's a little bit of bio-wizardry and a little bit about the Splugorth and Splunkrith in general.
By the way, this creepiness is still better than splicers.
Wow. All right. There it is. So let's head to...
Want some comments, or do you got more to talk about?
No, this is it for now.
Okay.
So let's hit some comments.
So Franz42,000 says, I think a good way to differentiate a Splugorth, supernatural intelligence, and a god is that a supernatural intelligence are stronger but have a limited lifespan in the tens of thousands of years.
Yeah. Gods are weaker than supernatural intelligences. They're weaker than... Most of them are weaker than even the supernatural intelligence cousins, which are the Splugorth. But an actual god can be said to actually live forever. Now, the first supernatural intelligences are also immortal, but every generation after that gets less and less immortal. So your normal supernatural intelligence lived for 250,000 to 500,000 years, whereas a Splugorth lived to 150,000 tops. So yes,
they're pretty far down in the food chain. I mean, we live 80, they live 100,000.
Who's to say what's better, you
know? And we have Keithon says Splugorth actually saved the Katani from extermination by the mechanoids long ago. I'm not a Rifts guy, so I don't know what this means. They're not just simple slaves. They have their own cities and everything. Too humanoid for the mechanoids.
Okay, here's the thing. The Katani are the prime slaves of the Splugorth. The reason being is because the Katani serve willingly. They went into service by their own will. They teach their own race to serve the Splugorth. And because of that, they are given the highest status among every other race that isn't a High Lord, Overlord, or whatever. They are the highest non-Splugorth minion race that exists. Everyone else comes under them.
Okay.
So yeah.
Game with ADHD says, at this level of threat, I sort of wonder why stats are even included.
Yeah, I mean, They included them because this is Rifts. It gets gonzo nutso pretty quick. So it is possible to take out a Splugorth. It is. It's possible. Now, for the prime supernatural intelligences like Apep and Azathoth and stuff like that, they only say they have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of MDC, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of PPE. They don't give stats. They don't give MDC. They don't give any of that stuff because you can't beat them. If something has stats, a player will try and find a way to beat it. But if it doesn't have stats, you literally can't win because the stats are whatever the game master says it is.
Well, it's interesting you say that because Violence, I can't put it up on the screen because on Rumble, but Violence Solves Everything says the original old ones were not just immortal, but they were unkillable. In Palladium, gods can be killed. It is just hard to do.
Yes, the original old ones, the prime intelligences were not killed. They were taken to the center of the universe and put into a mystical sleep that is constantly maintained to this day to make sure they don't get out. As long as the universe exists, they exist.
All right, next one is RPG is dumb. Our game master says the Techno Wizard dagger recovered from the LOM Rifts campaign teleported anything stabbed to Atlantis. Well, now we know.
And Randy used it on a van of gang members in this one shot. So this is where they are, in a van. Well, guess what? If you're a human being without an owner in Atlantis, you are going to be someone's slave in less than 5 minutes. You're going to be property in less than 5 minutes. You better hope you got lucky. And it's not some
weird... they just went from one gang to the next.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not some weird sex thing or food thing.
Or mind worms.
Or, mind worm thing. Whatever. But, you are a slave.
Perfect Tangent says, Rifts doesn't really work unless you've got the whole mutants in orbit going on. I thought that was kind of a hot take for you. Now, just for everybody's edification, I don't do Rifts. I have mutants in orbit because I do TMNT after the bomb. So how does that relate to Rifts?
I'm trying to find out the impetus. There it is. Or good old normal long range ICBM nuclear missiles, which I believe the coalition states can manage. No, they can't. Too bad mutants in orbit has killer satellites and anti-orbital. If he was talking about this, he's not talking about Atlantis. If you use mutants in orbit, that is a possible. That is a place that is possibly on Rift's Earth or above Rift's Earth. If you use it. Now, you are given the choice in Rifts to say, no, you can't get out to space because we screwed up the upper atmosphere with so much debris that anything going through there is going through a shooting gallery of Teflon-coated shotgun bolt pellets, and you're just going to rip everything apart because humans don't have force field technology yet. Or if you do mutants in orbit and Rifts in the same universe, then it is killer satellites keeping Rift's garbage on Earth. Don't bring that supernatural nonsense over here. Keep that shit on the ground. Then if you do that, then that's it. Then the missiles wouldn't work either way because ICBMs need to leave the atmosphere to do their job. And if you leave the atmosphere, you get shredded by pellets or killed by satellites. Choose your poison. Doesn't work.
Apparently mutants in orbit is canon Rifts per Rift South America 2.
Okay.
And finally, other than to say hello to Squirrel Hermit, good to see you, is the Splin Dimensional Market book any good?
Well, you know what? That's next on my list because in the next segment, we are going to talk about the Splin Dimensional Market or just the market. What you can buy, what you can sell, what you can't buy, what happens if you rob folk.
But apparently there's a book dedicated to that.
Yeah, well, there might be a book dedicated to it. There's a section of this book dedicated to it, and I'm going to talk about that coming up next.
But do you have the book, the actual book dedicated?
I don't have the Dimensional Market book by itself. I didn't require it because the campaign I used Atlantis in, I didn't focus on the market. The market was there and useful, but it wasn't the focus on my campaign. Okay. So I didn't think the book was necessary.
Apparently it's World Book 21, but people in chat have already said that it's a book worth getting. So I just wanted to see your take on it. So all right, there we go. That'll end this one, and we're getting prepared for the last one.